Hi, my name's Talon. I'm here to pitch you my game Architects. If you look at the game design document, we will get started. Alright. So, Architects is a learning focused construction style game, web based, an inverted 2D screen. Players will receive instructions in the form of blueprints at the beginning of each level. They will be given the necessary tools and materials to complete each construction level. Players will need to build the structures according to the blueprints to earn the right amount of points to move on to the next level. The game will have basic physics mechanics, so you can't build a building leaning sideways. There will be multiple different types of structures, bridges, skyscrapers, mansions. On each level, there will be a time limit, and as you move forward throughout the levels, the time will lessen, so it becomes harder. The main goal is to teach players geometry, basic architecture, and physics. The target platforms would be a web browser based game, so just free to play. Look up architects.com, go on and start learning, have some fun. Like I just said, business model, this will be a free to play game with the goal of education. The genre is a puzzle game, a puzzle video game. The core mechanics of the game it will be a point and click based style of gameplay. A current example of a game like this on the market would be Bridge Builders. The player will be timed and scored based on the accuracy to the blueprints. What makes it different from other games like Bridge Builders is they focus on one type of building structure, bridges. And in this, you can build skyscrapers, bridges, or a mansion. I think that's it. Or a mall, actually. Yeah. On the server side, online mechanics. There'll be a leaderboard, so you just have to save the players' scores and put them on the leaderboard each week. So the story and gameplay. Story: an architect needs the help of players to complete their projects. The architect will appear at the beginning of each level with the assignment. The player will then receive the blueprints of the project along with the time limit. And this will go on throughout each of the 5 levels. First, starting out on the first level and moving along to the fifth. Core gameplay: Architects is a drag and drop style of building game. The player will select the materials from a list made available to them in a button at the top of the screen, along with another button for the blueprints so they can look at them if they ever forget or they just want a second look at them. User interface / screens. The main menu will have the game logo, a play now button, which goes to gameplay screen, and settings, and a section for leaderboard, and then credits. The screen will be in an inverted 2-dimensional style. The player will be looking at the blank plot of land and see how it changes as the player builds the structure. There is a settings button page where the player can go to change the noises as well as brightness. But other than that, there's really no other settings to change. Number 4, leaderboards. This is where the player will be able to see the scores of other players. So just every day, just have the server take each score, load it up to the leaderboard, and put it. If it's number 1, it's number 1. And then after the player completes all 5 levels, then it gets to number 5. This is the credits. This is where the player will see who made what in the game. Yeah. Give us a nice little shout out. Okay, so let's move on to the levels. The player will start out with the simple task of building a bridge. If they meet the score, they move on to the next level. They will not be able to save their progress, So if you get 2 levels in and you want to be done, then you gotta start all the way over. The player will hear the sounds of construction noises, like hammer, nail, drills, that type of thing, when they select a material and place it on the screen. Level 2, the player will be tasked with a skyscraper, this time having less time than the previous level. Level 3, the player will be tasked with building a mall. No, not like malls are really big, obviously. This will just be the outer shell of the mall, the foundation of the mall. Level 4, the player will be tasked with building a mansion with for a billionaire with eccentric taste. So probably expect to see a wild looking mansion. Hopefully, if we can get players to play. And the last level, the player will be given the opportunity to choose between the player will be given the chance to do a harder version of one of the 4 previous levels. Cheat codes and Easter eggs. Unfortunately, there will be no cheat codes, nor Easter eggs in Architects. Character development. The character will be rewarded at the end of each level by seeing the leaderboards and where they placed on them. If they got the best score in that level, then they'll be number 1 and they get gold stars. Besides that, there's not much up to develop. The player icon itself is just the mouse, just a drag and drop. So, all right. Societal issues. This game would be beneficial to players because it's a learning game. It's just supposed to teach some basic geometry, I guess. Maybe they'll learn to like architecture through this process. I know I did. And get a basic level knowledge of physics and how gravity works. Cool. And game assessment. This game should be made because I know when I was in middle school, I would have enjoyed playing this game rather than some of the online things that they made us do in middle school. And this would have been just an interesting little way for teachers to kill a half hour of class. Kids would have loved it. Like I said before, there's really not another version of this game out on the market. Like, they each specialize in one type of structure, whereas Architects is a wide range. And I feel like that's really unique, and that'd be really cool for kids to do and learn. Be a much better way of learning than I had. And this is my game flyer. Come build people's dreams. Available now at architects.com. Alright. And that is my presentation. I thank you for your time, and you all have a great day.